I'm gonna roll up the window, girl, all right? Because I'm driving and trying to record a video here. Pizza and I are on our way to the grocery store area. Let me take this off. It's a little dark, isn't it? That should be a little bit better. And it is freaking 98 degrees. Isn't that warm, Pizza? So Pizza has her little car seat, and I strap her in. I usually have a harness on her, but I didn't grab the harness because we're just going to the grocery store and back. But it's perfect for her to like lean out the window. And she never used to do that. She was a dog that just like did not hang out the window, or not hang out, but like put her head out the window. She just didn't like that. And now she freaking loves it. And I love it too, because she loves it. It's cute. So anyway, we, listening to a band called Blind Pilot. If you guys like mellow, great music, great acoustic, like they have a stand-up bass, banjo, piano, trumpet, guitar, xylophone, like they are an amazing band. So check out Blind Pilot if you've not heard them, if you like that kind of music. And then let me know what you think in the comments, how they are, because they're one of my favorite bands. You like them too, don't you, Pizza? Yeah, she does, because we listen to Blind Pilot a lot, don't we? They're one of those bands that there aren't any songs that I can think of that I fast forward through. You know, like most bands, you have those couple songs where you're like, I don't want to hear that right now. This band is not that. I listen to like every song. Same with Syml, S-Y-M-L. Same thing. Just love that band. I'm a music aficionado. I love music, and I'm very eclectic. I like all kinds of music, but those are two of my current favorites. So we talked about, Russia and Ukraine in yesterday's vlog, and how they're trying to pin this missile strike on Russia, of course, because that's what they do. That's their MO. But like, sometimes like when you hear a story like that, sometimes you got to think logically. And I don't think some people do. I think people are like, some people were like, it's like Russia did it. Like there's proof, blah, 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 blah. But like, if you just think from a logical standpoint, like what logical sense does it make that Russia, who does not, even John Kirby has admitted, Russia does not hit civilian targets. What sense would it make when they have the entire world right now, basically every other country, hates them and is saying that they're going to expand their empire. They're going to, once they take over Ukraine, they're going to expand and keep going, and they have to stop Putin, and he's a dirty warmonger and a murderer and all this other stuff. What sense would it make for him to play right into the hand of these countries and basically become what they say he is, which he never has. He's been very responsible, very level-headed, and thank goodness for the rest of the world that he has been. Thank goodness he has not led us into World War III as much as he has been poked. They keep poking that bear. But it makes zero logical sense for him to hit a children's hospital, which is a war crime, mind you, at a time when every single country's got their finger hovering over that nuke button like,
okay, if Putin comes any closer, if he gets any closer, we gotta push these buttons, guys. We can't allow him to come any closer. He's almost there. Oh my gosh. He just hit a hospital in Ukraine.
And the thing is, like, there's so much evidence that this is the MO, the modus operandi of Ukraine, not Russia. Because they know if they made a mistake like that, if Russia hit a hospital right now, today, let alone a children's hospital, they realize that they would be thrust right into war. Because if that actually happened, if it was a legitimate thing that happened, and they had proof, because here's the thing. Here's why you won't see Ukraine and the US really act on it, because it's not true. If it was legitimately true and Russia legitimately bombed a children's hospital, we would have already put troops on the ground and NATO would be on their way in there right now, because they would have enough evidence that they would know that their like Nuremberg trials wouldn't happen and they didn't go to another war on false pretenses like Vietnam and all these other bullshit wars that we have gone into on false pretenses, on false flag incidents. So like for me, that just seems like if you look at the history of what's been going on with Putin and everything, that just makes no logical sense. Putin is not going to put his country, his civilians, his life, and his reputation on the line when they're already winning with bricks. They already have this won. This is just a waiting game for them at this point. All he has to do is sit this out and wait. And not only are we destroying ourselves, but they're getting ready to, launch their currencies or whatever, where they're going to work together, and we're on our way out. He just has to wait it out. So like I said before, he's playing 4D chess, and the United States is still playing tiddlywinks. We're playing childish games right now, children's games. And you have, it amazes me how pissed off people get when you say this stuff, when they don't believe it. Like the people that are still highly propagandized, the people that buy into this narrative. It's just so sad to see, because they're so like people that are against the narrative that Russia is actually the good guy. They get pissed at you and like, oh, here come the Putin apologies, here come this, here come that. They just cannot handle it. And it's like, just like open your eyes just a little bit. Do just a tiny history lesson. Just one little tiny history lesson. You don't even have to go back that far. Just go back to 2014. That's all you have to do. Go back to 2014, see what happened there with the coup, the Maidan coup, follow that trail, and then also just follow the promises that the United States has made to Russia about not expanding NATO. Follow the treaties that the United States has pissed all over. Follow the Minsk Accords and look what Ukraine did there. Like, there's so much history laid out for you that's not that far back. You could literally go back to only 2014 and have enough history to understand what Putin is doing, why he's there, why he's doing this, and why it makes zero sense at all for him to bomb any civilian target in Ukraine. Zero civilian target. It makes no sense. He has no reason. He does not gain. The only thing he gets out of doing something like that is a major loss, because he becomes the monster that the rest of the world is trying to make you think he is. And don't doubt for a minute that if they had actual proof that he did that, that they would definitely be moving in and he would be the monster that they made him out to be. And his country would be at war. We'd be at war. Everybody would be at war. So he's not an idiot. He's not that stupid. He is not going to do that. And again, you just need a tiny little history lesson. Go back to 2014, look up the Maidan coup. If you want to see a pretty simple documentary about it, go to Rumble and look up Ukraine on Fire. It's by Oliver Stone. Who doesn't like Oliver Stone? Platoon, all that stuff. Oliver Stone is a great filmmaker. JFK, like, he has had some amazing films that are basically documentary films, but very good, very well done. So if you like him, go check out the documentary Ukraine on Fire, and you'll get a bit of a history lesson on what happened. And it also kind of opens your eyes to how the propaganda is created and how they form these peace initiatives that are actually propaganda machines to push war and to push the opposition or whatever to whatever it is the U.S. is trying to do or whatever. So you need to go check that out if you haven't. And it's not, you know, it's not a whole history lesson. It's not, there's a word that I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? Exhaustive. It's not an exhaustive history. It's just a basically of the right, basically the Nazis, the Azov battalion in the Ukraine army. It's basically a history of that and how that came to be and all that. So I highly recommend it. But anyway, at some point you really have to stop. You really have to stop and understand that if you're not wanting to be educated by history, you're repeating it, or you are pushing propaganda for the government, and you need to stop because it's not sexy. Pizza, are you uneasy? Huh? Are you uneasy right now? What are you wanting? Why are you moving all over so much? Huh? You all right? You're such a beautiful girl. You're such a good girl. But anyway, that's just a little rant that I had today, guys. This whole Russia-Ukraine thing, I just don't like when this is going on because I see all the negative being said about Russia, and I just really, I catch a lot of grief for this, but I am just really a fan of a man that is sitting there and his ego is not so big that something happens, he loses citizens and kids are killed in his country, and Ukraine is bombing them with our weapons, and he is man enough not to just hit the red button and destroy us all. I like a man whose ego is in check. And maybe it's not all the time. I don't personally know Putin, but all I know is his ego has been in check during this conflict, during this liberation, I like to call it. And I think we all owe Putin a debt of gratitude, you know, that we're not sucking in freaking radiation at this point. So, yeah, I am a fan. And yeah, I am glad that he is at the helm of Russia right now and not some sick psycho like one of our U.S. presidents that would have by now shock and awe the hell out of Russia. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like these videos, I would highly appreciate if you would subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, make sure you check if you are, because YouTube has been unsubscribing 300 to 500 people a month, which is crazy to me. That's a lot, but that's what they're doing. And I think that happens to every channel. I don't think it's just my channel. I don't think they seek out channels like mine, like Redacted or whatever. I think it's every channel because I've seen other people in the tech world saying the same thing, and they have some of the cleanest content you'd ever hear. So I don't think it's that. But still, you never know. And also, if you really enjoy the content and you want exclusive content or want to be featured in the credits of the videos, we're working on getting the credits added. Have your name pop up there for producer and VIP and member. Then be sure to become a member, and I'll add you in there. So thank you so much, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.